Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Morphin Monday Lightning Collection review. This time I don't remember what deluxe wave this was. I want to say it was the third deluxe wave, but this is Mighty Morphin Snizzard. The original figure I believe retailed for 29 to 34.99. I got mine for I think $12, just about anywhere. Like you can get this dude pretty cheap. And it's the last of the Mighty Morphin monsters that I needed. So normally I'd take a look at the figure in the box first, but considering this was during their plastic-free packaging initiative, I ended up just opening the figure up. But I'll take a quick look at the box. You can obviously see the front there on the side with the Mighty Morphin logo. On this side, Mighty Morphin logo again, Snizzard there. No head sculpt like the Rangers have. On the back, you can see the accessories that are included, the expected height of the figure, as well as the render again on the back. And I'd show you the barcode, but there's a sticker covering it. So accessories wise, he comes with quite a bit. So first of all, he comes with this snake lasso. I like how it's a snake biting itself. All these things are snake themed. I do wish there was some weathering on this, but I could easily do that myself, like some gray or green wash. He comes with a coiled up snake here, but the intent for this is if you grab just any figure. I have an extra Lost Galaxy figure here. The idea is you would curl it around the figure, so like something like this. Obviously it's, it's a little, scuffed, but you get the idea. It goes around the figure and they can, try to like struggle to get it off, but that's the idea for that snake. Or you could just have it as a snake on display, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Nice little snake figure here. He comes with this effect piece that goes on top of his crown. There is a particular way to put it on, but you can see the cutouts are pretty much the same, but you can put it any way you want, really. Just thought I'd show that. Looks cool. I like it. I'll probably display him with it. Kind of looks weird without it. Last accessory here is this bow and arrow. As you can see, this one is a little bit bent. It should be more like this, but out of the package it was bent pretty substantially. And I kind of wish it went this way. I think that would make more sense for the arrow to go, but it doesn't go that way. It goes this way from what I've seen. The snake eyes are painted on as well in a red color, but not on the snake arrow itself. But like how that looks. And technically the last accessory here is the tail. I will show you. It comes right off. You can put it right on. But what's cool about this is it's a rubbery piece. So you can bend it into pretty much any position you want. There are some limitations, of course. But, you want it curled that way. You want it curled upward. You want it curled downward. You can do that. And it does feel like there's a joint in the bottom section here. But, yeah, it definitely feels like in this right here in the middle, feels like there's a joint of some kind. At least something's like rubbing up against something else. It's hard to tell, but I usually like to bend the tail like this so it makes the figure easier to stand up, because without it, as you can see, he leans forward quite a bit. It's easy to get this in. It's just a ball joint at the back here, which doesn't move, but the tail does. So if you want his tail to go this way or this way, you can do that. I just keep it like this so that he can stand a bit easier. My ankles are a little loose. Not too bad, but they are loose. Your figure might have that issue. I already have his mouth open, but if you want to close that, let me raise this up a little bit. So the jaw here is fully painted red. Looks pretty good. I like that. Very good job. Although you do see the the piece in there, but for most angles you're not really going to be looking at that unless you're like top down. But he's got these two little snake tongues that are independently movable, so you can have one up there, one down there, vice versa. Personally, I'm going to keep this figure's mouth closed. His jaw does articulate, and it is a little difficult pushing that back in. Everything lines up pretty good, but it's mainly this jaw section here. So when you're pulling this out, it does take quite a bit of force. I don't feel like it's going to break, but it might wear down the paint on the teeth on the sides over time. So I just want to point that out. Let me get him in a little bit better of a pose here. And let me raise this up again. so you can see his face sculpt. And this is really well done. The paintwork in here is fantastic, especially the eyes. I have a black light here, and if I shine it on his eyes, you can see they light up very nice. That is very cool. I like that. This is definitely a figure that looks great under a black light. Same thing on the tail there. You can kind of see how the red pops on this figure. His fin back there. Pretty dang cool. I like the crown. It's painted well. Good job there. This is actually a transparent piece. You can see my finger behind it. The arms here are two-tone. This is green with a beige print in there. And then, you know, his hands are snake heads. Those do have eye paint as well. It doesn't have the nice like little black line that eye does, but you could add that yourself if you wanted to. Pretty cool. It is a single jointed elbow, as you saw, but it does swivel. Same thing with the shoulder. Single joint, but it does swivel. Good amount of movement. The midsection here has a nice fade at the top going into the belly. And he doesn't have any articulation here. It looks like that. But the articulation's actually at the lower joint. Down here. And there's quite a good amount of movement in there, especially backward. Forward's not too bad. Side to side's good. And of course it's on a swivel. The legs here, they have... it is on a ball joint, but the way the mold is, the sections get in the way. You can see he can't really put his legs anymore together. Not too big a deal for me because I'm just going to display him like this anyway. But, you know, if you're looking for well-articulated legs, you know, this ain't Spider-Man level, but this is good enough for what it is. You can get an idea of the articulation. His knee joint is single-jointed. And it does have a very good amount of swivel. There's quite a lot of range on this figure articulation-wise. And then I don't think he has an ankle... Ooh, he does have an ankle swivel. That's a surprise. So he's got a swivel as well as, you know, the pivot and in and out. Mine are a little loose. I might take a hairdryer to that. Try to get it a bit stiffer. But yeah, Snizzard looks pretty cool. I think this is the character that Bryan Cranston voiced before he got onto the movie. Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to get him to stand up. Yeah, you can kind of see he's leaning backward even with the tail on. That's why I do recommend having it on there. But he just rests on it. Alright, I'm trying to get a good like bend on that so that it gets him standing up properly straight. Keep bumping into the camera. There we go. Not articulation. Height, scale comparison. Here we go. And I'll go ahead and bump the camera back up again. Get you an idea on that. So Snizzard here, he does stand at about 7.5 inches tall, just like the back of the box says. Alright, let's start with the creator of Snizzard. At least I think Finster created him, but there you go. Yeah, you know, the monster and his creation, right? Or creator, or monster and his creation. But that's Finster for you. And then let's go ahead and get in the rest of the Mighty Morphin monsters since I have them all now. We got King Sphinx, which is probably still my favorite. We got the pumpkin wrapper here. Let's see who came out next. I think it was Eye Guy. Put him over there. And then we got Piranha's head. Trying to get them all in frame. It's going to be a challenge. And we got Mighty Minotaur to finish us off. But yeah, there you go. There's all 6 of the Mighty Morphin monsters they released. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, King Sphinx I still think is my favorite. Mighty Minotaur is probably the best of the figures articulation-wise. He's got just a good amount of movement all in that figure. Of these 6, I would definitely recommend Mighty Minotaur. And, you know, King Sphinx I just think has presence. Like, regardless of the articulation on that figure, he just commands presence. And, you know, he deserves your respect, right? But, yeah. Great to have all 6 of these now. My Lightning collection is coming to a close. I have, I think, less than 15 figures to get still. But I haven't looked in a while. And I'll go ahead and bring Finster back in here, and then we'll wrap up this video. But hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace